We have an El Nino in place in the Pacific Ocean. However, we can't really call it a full-fledged El Nino yet because the atmosphere is not following suit. The atmospheric variables like sea level pressure and thunderstorm activity pattern is not in line with what we need to see to say we have a full-fledged event. However, like I said, the sea surface temperature has been at El Nino levels since early October, and climate models are predicting that it will stay that way through the winter and into the spring. That means that these models are assuming that the atmosphere will kick in. It will start coupling to the ocean, which is what we need to get the teleconnections, which are the climate effects of the El Nino outside of the tropics. We can't just have a warm ocean. We have to have the upper atmosphere heat up because of extra thunderstorm activity in the central Pacific. So that's what the models are calling for. More than 90% of the models are saying it will persist through the winter and into the spring. And our subjective judgment call on that is we have an 80% chance for El Nino to develop and for the condition to be there during the December-February season. With a likelihood of more than 50%. It will even last into and maybe through most of the spring. So, given that, our climate forecasts are following the usual canonical patterns of rainfall associated with El Nino, although it's not very strong because our strength prediction is for a high weak to low moderate strength, which means sea surface temperatures in the Nino 3 region we expect to be around 1 degree C above average, between 0.7 and 1.3. And with that, we're calling for a tendency toward wet in the southern U.S. and northern Mexico, tendency for dry in Indonesia, parts of Australia, the Philippines, and not that much in southern Africa. It's not coming through there that well. So our usual suspects in northern South America are predicted to be below average in precipitation. So we have a mild to moderate El Nino expected for the winter with the usual climate impacts. We will have to wait and see, though, if we have coupling in the atmosphere. We have a very nice supply of subsurface above average sea temperatures, which will help keep the sea surface temperatures above average for another at least a month. But without coupling, it may not last as long as we think. So we're banking on that, but we'll have to wait and see, and that's the outlook.